Hey guys, here at 20 yards shooting a couple arrows after work. Weather's actually pretty good. Snow's all gone. Feet aren't good. Back in my Crocs, so I'm comfortable. So let's send a couple down. We'll see how it goes. Boom. One thing I will say, archery, hunting in general, teach you patience. Like patience in the stand and practicing. Uh, the one good thing about shooting so many arrows or shots or whatever you're shooting, um, for all the hunting you do, walking, scouting, get in there, or putting down your corn, scouting, or whatever task you're doing to get that deer in close. Sometimes you only have one shot, so perfect practice makes it perfect because you may only have that split second to do that muscle memory. Just get it right, elbow high, deep breath, and just go. Here we go. When I started archery, whoa, almost stepped on my bow. When I started archery more than actually 3-4 years ago, I didn't know how to sight it in, so I was sighting in like a bullet, right? I was doing the opposite, So you're shooting a gun, typically if you're shooting high, you go low. So I did that and I had to read up, and I remember it taking me hours to sight in. I was like, fuck, I can't sight in my bow, right? And then I read the instructions and it was like, follow the arrow. And I was like, fuck do you mean by that? Like what do you mean by that? And then once I read the instructions, it's like we literally are moving the housing to the location. Like those are just simple things. Like I think it's good to research, but also find a solid group to help you with these instructions so that you can gain this knowledge, or just watch videos, but just learn and just spend time with your equipment and get comfortable with it. That's really what this is about, getting comfortable with that, doing as much as you can. Super Bowl Sunday is coming up, so won't be doing much shooting then. So just wanted to take the chance to send this. No real pressure, no real messages, just shooting, just getting comfortable. Because I'm trying to get ready for this TAC event, which I still don't even know if I'm ready for. I think the farthest I've ever shot is maybe 60 when I sighted in my bow, and that's probably the length of my backyard. My backyard goes further, but it's fenced in, so that's why I shoot to the side of the fence, because I don't have 60 yards. I don't have 60 yards, and the 60 yards I do have is one filled with deer and two next to a park, and it's a wooded area, so you can't really get a clear line of sight. So that's why I kind of shoot to the side of the house. Yeah. Yeah. Even that. I moved back to my wrist, the Stinger. Moved back to that. I tried the Ultraview clicker. Didn't work for me. I couldn't adjust it right, so I thought about going back to it. My issue was when I'd pull back, my hands are so big that I would flick it and I would lose arrows. I had a cheaper one that was okay. I got pretty comfortable with it, but I gave it to a friend as he was starting his adventures in hunting. So thinking about switching to that, I just don't know. Those are one of the issues about having big hands. The reason I like this, it's long, and when my hands go back, I don't initially touch the trigger. And this is the one I started with, and it's more natural, at least for me, because it's like shooting a gun, right? It's just the same kind of slight pressure and pull. Again. So in my last video, one of the guys was asking what kind of bow this is. So this is the Hoyt VTM. It's a few years old, but I love it. Like when I started this, I didn't know the difference between Matthews and Hoyt, man. I just knew that I had a 31-inch straw and I needed a giant bow. I didn't see any good ones in consignment. If I were to do it again, I probably would have waited, but this is the one I got. So what I do have is I have the orange and black strings for my eyesight. Then I also have a lens inside of my scope. Then I also have a Ultraview mount. And then on my mount, I have a HHA Sports Tetra mount, so I'm able to roll. So I did a combination with that after some research, and it's been the greatest mix for me and comfortability. And that's really it. Oh, I also have a drop down rest. You can check that out. Drop down rest in front. There you go. I didn't know the difference when I had one. For a while I had the Whisker Biscuit, and then one of my friends was like, "It's like shooting like a high class car and putting bad gas in it." And then I was like, "Ah, maybe you're right." But again, I didn't know the difference. I just knew I had a bow, and I just kind of put stuff on it. I even had the GPS one, the Garmin sight. I just didn't like it and couldn't trust it because sometimes I would be on, and it would just give me different ranges, and I wanted to at least have the blame on myself, versus the machine. If I sight in something in and it goes 20 to 30, 40, I didn't want to take that out. I wanted to, if I'm going to blame it, it's blame it on me because I shot too high, too low, or didn't do the perfect steps. So another shot. Oh, then also forgot, I'm also still using this Sure Shot grip. Got that. Got that to help with my hand placement, because what I used to do was kind of grab my bow, and it wasn't consistent. So this helps me kind of focus on that and muscle memory on how to grab it. I suggest if you're starting out, I tried different methods, but some people are able to kind of move their hand. For my giant hands, it's just an issue. So that's just what I use. Boom. Ooh. Hey, honey. Comfortable at 20, so let's move back to 30. Everything's been pretty consistent. Just gotta, just keep shooting, getting comfortable again, be comfortable, and shoot, breathe. Thank you for watching. Like I said, hopefully some of these things I explained kind of break down some of the things you need, or just my setup for those who ask and are interested. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching.